All right, YouTube, what's good? PR Corey is back for another presentation. I got some healthy information to bring, man, but like you see on the bottom of the screen scrolling, we got a 2 minute waiting period. I'm gonna let y'all wait, and if anybody is to come, now or later, but 2 minutes, and I'll get the show going. Not show, but information, man. Because I'm not here for entertainment. I'm here for real deal knowledge, man. This is crazy, and I really man, I'm just open minded and unbiased right now in life, man. But yeah, let me 2 minutes starts now. I thought this thing would have just showed the pictures. Damn, I'm gonna have to download them individually then. Just a second, we got some holdbacks going on right now, getting things together. Sorry about this. Gotta download these files, man. I tried to do it as a zip and it didn't do correct. This might be my last show too, man. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I know how pointless it is. Because if I mean, really, if I'm gonna talk to myself, I might as well keep the information to myself. Honestly, that's just the truth. It don't bother me though. One second. All right. I know this is taking a minute. It ain't a bunch of pictures. It's about 20 of them. That would have helped the first time. Honestly, if the download button was just right there. That's all right. Okay. This one I'll watch later. All right, I'm getting the stuff. Where's the video at, man? I don't think that's it. That might be it. I know it was in the like videos. Now I'm trying to. Fuck, bro. Okay. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna start off with this. Let me see. This is what I wanted to talk about here today, man. Um, no, let me refresh it. What I wanted to speak on here today and bring to people's consciousness today is this fact that now I know a lot of us already know about the Jesus and the devil being, some people say that they're the same thing and everything. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm actually showing some information that concurs with it. But I got some serious questions, man, because I realized some stuff. Um, this is taking a minute itself. There we go. This is everything I was just trying to upload. Not everything, good, but anyway, this is a post that Sanchez had made himself, and I was. This ain't a video in response to that, but I thought about going back to it. He did just bring it up, and it's an important, uh, very important question. Next debate topic equals: does the Baphomet represent evil or good, and is a part of our ancestors' true spiritual system? Be ready with your smoke for the next roundtable. Okay, so does the Baphomet represent evil or good? Okay, so that's a very highly important question. Now, like I just brought up about God, I mean, the devil and Jesus and everything being of the same nature, two sides of the same coin and everything. Uh, at the end of the day, we know that the sign of the Baphomet, if I bring that up, I'm going to go to Google real quick, man. Just 1 second, please. I don't know why that really, as you can see right here, this says the sigil of the Baphomet, that. So this is the symbol right here, as you can see. It's a star that's turned upside down. Uh, Inverted pentagram, in other words, with a goat's head in the center of it, as you can see. Uh, so we see what that is there. Clearly, everybody already knows that, but you see the most prominent number that they're using with it is the number 6. Okay, so I just wanted to show that real quick. This is basically the inversion of the cross, basically. And um, so, with that being seen and shown right there, the next point that I need to bring up is because this all ties into my previous videos. One will have to go back and listen to my name, I mean, to my work and everything. Yahweh, as you can see right here. This is what I was looking for. This name, Yahweh or Yah YHWH. Another one is Yeshua. Um, so this is what they call the name of God. Okay. So the fact and reasoning why I'm pulling this up right now is because Yahweh also there's another name for it. There's something called the Tetragrammaton. So as you can see, it's already right there due to my history of searches. The Hebrew name of God transliterated in four letters as YHWH or JHVH and articulated as Yahweh or Jehovah. Okay. Now this is basically the invert, the the upward version of what you just saw. So if you think about good and evil, up and down, left and right, that's basically kind of what you just seen. Now the tetragrammaton, as you can see, what just came up right here, is the Baphomet right there within it. Now, what's my point in showing y'all this right here today, and what's the important information? What's so different? What's different than nobody else's? This is not just me replicating what other people have talked about. It's me tying in my own information into what I've been showing y'all. Now, this right here, as you can see, 72, those numbers, I just wanted to show that real quick. This is the name of God in Hebrew, put into a pyramid. Um, Now, after this point right here, what I needed to show is the fact that the symbols of Jupiter and Saturn, real quick. As you can see, these are the symbols of Jupiter and Saturn. The astrology symbols, which I've shown numerous times, look exactly like a 4 and a 5 in many depictions. Um, they look exactly, I ain't gonna say, I can almost say exactly. The only reason I say not exactly is because it's obviously got a longer stretch on it and very, very vague geometrical differences from numerical 4 and 5 that we use in our English language and stuff. So as you can see right there, 4 and 5. What's my point in bringing that back up? Well, let's go back and look really quick at the Tetragrammaton and see for a closer look at it. And we're going to go through multiple of them just to troubleshoot and make sure that it's not just a coincidence in just one of the depictions. So as you can see within this, what do you have here on the Tetragrammaton? Right here, what you have with the Tetragrammaton, you have the 5, or I say 5 because it literally looks like the number 5, but we have the astrological sign of Saturn right here, 5, which looks like 5, okay? You have two of those right there actually, and then up here you have the number 4, which would be the Jupiter, okay? So you got 4 up here in the center, and then you got two fives down here. Tetragrammaton is what this is, aka the name of God, um, which is what they call it. I'm not definitively saying what is and what isn't. I'm saying that's what they call it. This is the knowledge that has been presented, and I'm coming with my own knowledge that I've presented several times for people to try to debunk and show where I'm wrong at with my 45 degrees, 4 and 5, 4.5, all of the knowledge from sematics, I mean, to everything that you can think of dealing with the universe, the earth, just everything that I've talked about, magnetism, the list goes on and on, literally. Gematria, everything that you can think of. Uh, it's all right. This right here, man. Not it's all right here, but why do these numbers keep? I've shown y'all several times. Jupiter and Saturn. What's so special about these right here? What's so special about Jupiter and Saturn? Because we just had the conjunction. So that's why I'm saying Jupiter and Saturn, 4 and 5, like I've shown y'all, look exactly like that, which goes back to my discovery. I told y'all exactly what Jupiter and Saturn would be on the essence of a flat Earth. It would be the two middle points and the two middle planets and the two biggest planets. And then on that, I've talked to y'all and not talked to y'all. Literally, I'm a discoverer. discoverer of the power of the number 45. The information that I have brought on this number, you cannot find anywhere on the internet. Nobody else has talked about it. That's a fact. You cannot find it anywhere. You're not going to find it anywhere besides me. And that's why I have always emphasized and shown the significance of myself, because I sense and can see a very big significance of myself in in my message and what I'm trying to show people, and who I am and what my calling is, man. So the fact is, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, this 45, Jupiter and Saturn, we're living in the times where we just had the conjunction. Now, if you look back on what the conjunction meant to ancient people um, around their time and everything, the conjunction always meant, you know, of course, the astrological alignment itself is something that doesn't last forever, but it's something that the effects of it is something that is prolonged. So, the basically what I'm saying in short words, short terms, is that the effects of the conjunction, as people was talking about what they was feeling and stuff, that was placebo, is supposed to still be having some effect right now, as is. So anyway, to go ahead and continue and troubleshoot, as I was saying, and see if any more of these tetragrammatons have those aspects of the Jupiter and Saturn within them, to cancel out whether this is just probability or not. I'm just going to click on every last one of them, to see how many of them have that. Because if that's the case, my hypothesis is that at the end of the day, if they do have all of them, these astrological symbols slash numbers, which I will faithfully say that, there, at the end of the day, hey, um, it's there for a reason. That's all I can really say. And I find it quite compelling if you really think outside of the box. You got the numbers 1, 2 right here. I just talked about 12 in the previous video and how 12 and 9 have a strong connection to numbers 12 and 9. But if you just look at it for its chronological concept, you see the numbers 1, 2, and 3. You already see 1, 2, and then you see 1, 2, 3. Where is the four? The four is right there, and then you have five, a 5 point start. When you take the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and add them together, you get 10. 10 plus 5 equals 15, which comes back to be 6. Um, I'm not, I'm just hypothesizing on that right there. I'm not even saying that that's factual. I'm just saying that that's something that I noticed about that with the 5 point start. The chronological concept that is 1, 2, 3 right here, as you can see, for whatever that means. Um, so that's one right there. So we got two of them that have at the bottom Saturn, astrological symbols, and Jupiter in the center. And they also have the symbol of Mercury in the center, like I was showing. 5 minus 4 equals 1. Yeah, same thing there too, not by chance. And Mercury, like I had showed as well, Mercury just, people talked about the conjunction, but I was literally one of the main people, especially in this community, who talked about the aspect of Mercury with the conjunction. Nobody over here on this side really talked about that. So Mercury was an aspect of the conjunction that people omitted, literally. Um, so as you can see, you got the astrological signs of, and this is in stone, so it's harder to see. It was harder for them to make that. You have to comprehend that. You see Mercury right there. But yeah, Saturn, Jupiter in the center. Moving on to the next one. Saturn for the two bottom, Jupiter in the center at the top. That's another one. These are all different drawings. So this is literally how it's. I don't know anything about the tetragrammaton like that, and I can really say at all too much, to be honest. Uh, that's just how real I am with it. So I'm learning as is, but what I am coming across is showing something that's, people, you can't deny this stuff. And hey, if this stuff means nothing, I know that a lot of y'all would probably say, Jesus, like I said at the beginning, I started out saying that Jesus and the devil, same thing, it's all about intent and stuff. I comprehend that. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, man, is when you use that intent, uh, depending on how look, man. At the end of the day, I try to refrain myself from saying too much and leading people into a wrong direct, or not really leading, because all the leaders themselves really. But I'm just saying, influencing anybody to be curious of that side. But I'm just saying, a lot of y'all, like I have said in the past, y'all think it's all sweet as far as the spiritual world, man. Think about a baby when it's born into this world and how it has to have humans look over it until it gets to the point of where it can look over itself. Y'all think y'all can just jump over into the spiritual world like that, and you think you're just going, you know, like everything is all figured out, and no, you have to think outside. And what I'm getting at is the fact that you got to know what you're doing, bro, and what you're playing with, what you're messing with, and that stuff like that. What I'm getting at, man, is that if y'all say that y'all will come out here and say that this person and that person. In just a second, real quick, I'm gonna pause this. All right, now what I'm getting at is let me let my tabs go. Okay, there we are. What I'm getting at solemnly is the fact that you know let me reach. I'm trying to. What I'm getting at is I hear people say all the time that this and that is that Jesus and God is the same. Jesus and the devil is the same thing. Well, how come as soon as guys out here in this community or whatever you want to call it, when they get into it about something or they feel like somebody is a so-called agent or something, how come people are so quick to throw the name of satanic, free, even with the Freemasons and stuff like that, with the devil worship and stuff like that? How come? Because if you're basically saying the devil is real. If you're going to complain, if it was something that's fake, like think about it. If a child or something was saying something about Santa Claus, would you really argue with a child about Santa Claus? Really? No, you really wouldn't. Not even adult at that would you argue about Santa Claus, because what? You know that it's not real. So why do people really argue about the devil? Is what I'm getting at. And bash people about when they get mad or something, and bash them with the saying that he might be a satanic worshiper or something like that. He's a devil worshiper and stuff like that. If you're gonna say that, then you're saying that the devil is real. And what I'm getting at is that if the devil is real, how come his counterpart would not be real? How do you not get that? How does one not comprehend that? Because at the end of the day, if I was to say, you know, that's like saying, a woman ain't. If somebody came out and said a woman ain't real, that's like, if a woman ain't real, then a man ain't. What is a woman without a man? Or and what is the devil? What is the devil without God? You know, because we witness within our reality the aspect of not a fully negative reality. We know that we witness good within this reality. We witness both of them. Uh, the intent is what matters at the end of the day. And all I'm showing is that I'm very open minded, man. And I'm at a time in my life, like I've said in the past, where I'm very open minded, bro. And to be quite honest, bro, I'm not saying that I believe in any of this, these religions and stuff like that. But I know that I was on the road to becoming a deep Hebrew Israelite before I got into this uh, higher stage of awakening and everything. I thought that I really knew something with the Hebrew Israelite perspective of things. But all I'm getting at is that I've always said to myself that if I could see some type of definitive proof that whatever this God is, yet whatever it is, that's going on that I'm trying to figure out and make sure that I do right. If I can see proof that it's real, then hey man, man, through my own work, like I've said, I've already shown how the numbers with the 18, I mean, with 12, 18, 36, they was just talking about that with the NASCAR lines, and they were saying that, think about it, the second coming of Christ. What do we call Christ? In this, we call it Christ consciousness. Okay, so Christ consciousness, if a lot of people will say to you as well that Christ is a state of consciousness. Okay, so if Christ is a state of consciousness, it's also, people are talking about a mass Christ consciousness awakening and everything coming to the mass. That's why I'm saying I really feel like I'm some type of messenger, from God, literally something. From what I've discovered, man, I'm telling you, dude, nobody else has done that in history. I'm the first person and I'm glad that when I go on the internet now, when I go on Google and I type in the Nazca lines 45 degrees, I don't know about nobody else, but it pop up on my end. I see my own stuff popping up. So it's getting into the algorithm now, and it's to the point where can't nobody really even, come up behind me at that point. Once it really started getting in there like that, and that's exactly what I'm doing. But to lead back to the track, what I'm saying is, man, that dude, like nobody's ever figured this out with these numbers. Every number adds up to be 45, man. That's not just some type of basic knowledge that, that's something that people have not seen the significance in, which I show the significance in. As you can see right here, you got the astrological signs again of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter up here in the center at the top, Saturn down here at the bottom twice. Same thing over here for this coin. You see Jupiter up here at the top. So this whole thing is the same thing set up the same exact way every time. So what I'm saying, man, with the second coming of Christ, think of I've made videos about the coronavirus, Christ, Corona, the sun, Corona. I've showed y'all with the 32nd degree with my work, the encampment, and how the coronavirus cell looks just like you see right here with the sun. The encampment looks exactly like that. Like I ain't showing y'all stuff just out of nowhere, man. Like just out of I really wish that y'all like I feel like the only person who could get this is somebody like Sanchez himself, man. That's why I stick around, bro, because ain't nobody else gonna get this, bro, or I feel like we're seeing the significance in it. And besides the people I know who are already, the Masons and everything, because that's the sad part about it, bro. When you try to really express something, it's just that people don't want to see you above them. I get that we all, technically supposed to be seen as on the level and everything, but honestly, bro, a lot of us don't make the same decisions as others with our time, the wisest decisions. I see us on the level, but at the same time, in some ways, some of us is better than others. We make better choices than others. And the choices that I make, the things that I'm talking about, and what I'm presenting to the world, how on track I am, how consistent I am with staying, I'm not here for entertainment. Man, that's just so that's another one there. I'm just really going through and really looking at it. Wow, that looks like some of my stuff right there. The 45 degrees. Not this one. The next one I'm gonna click on. You can see the same thing there. 45 degrees right here in the center, and then I was talking about this right here. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I don't like to do that in front of people. But yeah, man, you got the tree of life and everything. I created my own tree of life. See, that's the thing. People forget. I've been focused on one work, man, because it's all I can do. I can't help it that this is what takes up time in my life, but I am gonna put my greatest into it, my greatest effort and will into it, so that it can be as great as it known. And people can witness that and see that, this really took some time and effort, and that it's really about something. Um, but yeah, I see. I created my own tree of life in itself. So I've really. That's why I say, man, I've done some stuff that's introduced a lot to not man, history, bro. Like, and then that's what I'm saying, bro. If man, I mean, if one, that's what I'd be saying, bro. Like, I be hearing niggas who really be saying stuff just because they trying to. I feel like they be trying to just get women to be behind them in everything that they say, because they really, they know that how sensitive hearted women is. So all you really got to say is one thing to compliment women, one triggering thing to compliment them and trigger their heart, and they in support of you in every single way. Long as you showing that you in support by saying things like, it's just certain things in this world that a woman can do that a man can't. Like what, man? Like what? Just give birth to a baby. That's it. What else is it that a woman is doing and producing to this world, giving to this world, that a man ain't doing? Huh? And that's being real. I want somebody to really, really. I'm not denoting or putting down women in any type of way. I'm just not the type of person who just gonna ride with shit just because people. That's the wave, and that's what people saying, and it sound good to people. It make people feel good, but it ain't the truth. Because the fact is, when you really look at it, bro, I ain't saying that men do more, but how many inventions or discoveries is it out here that women have made since they supposed to be more spiritual? Because that's one of the things that men claim, is that women are more connected spiritually, than men are. These are, just I mean, stigmas that people is placing on stuff. It's not nothing really to support that. A spiritual person is a spiritual person. A human being is a human being. I don't. That's why I'm saying I'm the neutral one, bro. I'm not the one who gonna put either one above the next. I'm not gonna do that. Not for the sake of anything. Facts is just facts at the end of the day, and women just simply get. That's a great thing that they do. It is something that men cannot do. But when you say it's so many things that women can do that men just can't. That's why I say, like what? It's only one thing that they can do. That, well, not one. Breastfeed as well. That's another thing, because they got, yes. That's to be able to nurture a child and breastfeed and give birth to a child. Those are the only two things, based off of the fact of them being a woman, that they can do that separates them from us. Besides that, bro, we merely the same thing. They just give birth and nurture. That's the difference. I mean, if anything, we the ones who, we. That's why men is like they is too, because we down ourselves so much. Like, what do? We the ones out here building. It wouldn't be no women, no pregnant ass women out here building no buildings, dude. You wouldn't have. They wouldn't have nowhere to live. We do things that they don't do. So it could really go both ways, and that's why I say it's a balanced type of thing, and it have to take a real person to realize it. I ain't putting down either one, but I am gonna speak the facts on it. The facts is, at the end of the day, it ain't nothing they doing that's different than us besides those two things. Or it can't. I mean, literally, somebody can, because they got freedom of speech. They can argue against it, but is it wise? Is they gonna make themselves look smarter? Nah, because it's they can't provide any facts. What statistical data do you have to show that a woman is more spiritual than a man? That they are more intuitive than a man? I know intuitive men out here too. I'm an intuitive man. I'm very intact with my intuition. See, it's the same thing over and over again, man. You're not going. Basically, what I've learned is that it's consistent. That's why I do things like this, to show that the consistency behind my first off hypothesis that I throw out there. Hypothesis being an educated guess. That's why I just show. So now I've learned, the conclusion that I have come to is that at the end of the day, this is the actual setup. Every last symbol that is here for a reason. When it comes down to it. So now my quest is to find out, what is that reasoning for these symbols to be where they are. What is the reasoning for the significance of Jupiter and Saturn? Because this right here is just the as I'm showing, the pentagram and everything. Not pentagram. Well, it is a pentagram, but I mean the name of God, tetragrammaton as they call it. That's what I'm showing here. But what was I getting ready to say? Dang, I can't even remember. Uh, Can't stand when that happens, man. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Now this is like I was saying, just the name of God for Christianity slash Judaism. You know what I'm saying. Whichever one you want to put it, whichever way. Uh, Now what I'm about to do here is go to another picture, and that picture would be Masonic. The Masonic Ouroboros, which I've shown in the past, actually one of my first videos. This is what you see here. Now, what you see here, what do you see is the first two astrolog? You see, oh my gosh, uh, just zoom in. Now, what you see right here, of course, is the square and compass. I told y'all that at the end of the day, 9 equals line. And if you look at a line, if you stretch out a snake, what does it look like? Like a line. What do they tell you a snake does? A snake lies. A snake liar, line. Etymology, words coming back to mean, you know, at least that's what they tell you, lying, or lying. A snake lies on the ground. That's how it, but anyway, man, 0 through 9. If you just replace freaking this, with exactly what I've done, with the squares, this is making a perfect circle. I just say perfect circle, but a circle. And one could at the end of the day replace it with the numbers I've shown. And that's the science. So if you take my numbers and just draw it around this, look at that right there. 5, 4. It's not really 5 and 4. What it is Jupiter and Saturn. What other astrological signs do we see of any significance? We see the same thing, Mercury again. So this is the same 3 symbols, people. The same 3 symbols. The same 3 planets. So what's the significance of these 3 planets together? And why is this important? It ain't like it's happening anytime soon. Are you kidding? Dude, like I just said, we just had this alignment. So what I'm showing you is that the tetragrammaton, Dave said, the tetragrammaton has these exact symbols that composes of it and makes it. Sun and moon, of course, you have here. I think that right there is the conjunction symbol. Actually, if you look up what the conjunction symbol is, that's what the conjunction symbol is. But also, it's the symbol of, they use it interchangeably as the symbol of Mars as well. So this is also, and I might be mistaken on that because I'm, like I say, I ain't super big on astrology like that. It's something I'm just now really, I guess you can say studying. I'm really doing it naturally, just like I did with the numbers. I don't go to the internet for no answers, unless like I'm doing now, showing y'all, the tracks of what I'm doing. Um, but what I'm getting at, man, the significance of this is that this alignment just happened. And then I just showed y'all that with that NASCAR line thing in my previous video, where it showed that 45 supposedly means the second coming of God, second coming of Christ, the number 45. And they listed every single set of numbers that I said that is on my work that are polar opposites of each other: 18, 36, 18, 27, 36, and 45. And they stopped it there. And the other one they added was 12. And I went into, in that video, what I went into and told people, showed people, was the essence of my work, showing that, 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, the interchangeability of the both of those. This right here that you see is a Masonic keystone right here. So what is the keystone right there? That I'm not just saying that. This is literally the Masonic keystone of the Royal Arch. Okay? And you see the Ouroboros entangled around it. So what I'm about to do is pull up the Masonic keystone to prove what I'm saying. Masonic. As you can see, it's the exact same thing. Not a thing has changed. But like I said in the past, the other aspect of the keystone for, because this is Royal Arch knowledge, is it is the Cancer 69. Like I've been telling y'all, I am. So what I'm telling you, we talking about time travel. Time travel is possible. You know, I know a lot of y'all probably think that somebody just tripping, man, as far as when you get to talking like that. But once you got a certain amount of knowledge, man, you know what's possible and what's not, what's far fetched and what's not. I can't convince. My job ain't to really. Hey, man, I'm just showing the outlays and showing every last. Like I'm blown. Oh, let me go to this. Uh, I'm gonna pull up that because in this video I want to pull up that same website that I went to. This is the one I was talking about here. Uh, like y'all see 72 right there again, like y'all saw with the tetragrammaton. The same exact thing, 72. Coming back to the number nine, yes. Um, I'm not saying that this proves a man that, on a cross or nothing like. I'm not saying that definitively, but what I am saying is that I'm showing y'all where it's bare, man. I mean, you can't get around how it's on point, dude. Everything is lining literally right back up. 45, second coming of Messiah, as in the 45 days between 1,290 days of desolation and 1,335 days of blessing. Daniel 12, Daniel chapter 12, verses 11 through 12. I was also showing y'all how it says the smallest square, one of the 144 squares. I was showing y'all as well how when you take a 6 point star or a hexagon actually, outline a 6 point star, I mean, congruent one at least. The center point from this corner to this corner, if you drew a line from this corner in the front to the corner in the back, that is called, that's basically the inversion. The opposite of this corner at the top would be the opposite corner at the bottom. And if you did that, that would create a 45-degree line going straight and from the perspective of, like I said, which would look like a congruent 6 point star or a cube, that would make a dot, literally. So, yeah, man, that's something that's important. 27, Messiah revealed. 45, second coming of Messiah. I showed y'all how all of these numbers, when they added, this is what they did as far as this is actual measurements of the Nazca lines, which I have not been able to do yet. That's my next goal is to be able to do things like that. I'm going to start traveling things, going to these lines in person. That's what I'm saying. I'm actually going to. People don't know what I have up on my plate, man, and who I'm reaching out to. Optimal number of harmony, 54. Messiah revealed, 27. 45, a rising second coming of. So I really want to know why they say that. I'm not just going with that. I'm just the reason why I'm pointing that out, and I'm not going with it is it's because of the reason. Um, at the end of the day, man, I'm not saying that this 45 means that the second, you know, I'm saying that it's in sync with this whole discovery, man. This whole consciousness discovery that I made, like what I'm bringing back, like 18 plus 27. I was thinking about that earlier too, because that's exactly what box is made on my work. It's right there. Eight planets of the solar system plus the sun equals nine. And that's what I was trying to say at first with that other stuff, man. Take the Earth out of that. Mercury first, Mars second. I might have said that wrong. You got Mars second because the Earth is third. You know what I'm saying? And go on proceeding from that. Son of righteousness arising. Ha! Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm the son of righteousness arising. Second coming of Messiah, bro. I ain't even playing with him, bro. I starting to feel. I ain't trying to be blasphemous or nothing. I just know I got a grand message. I'm looking for. This is a lot of information. Conclusion is what I was looking for. The fourth largest square visible upon the Earth displays 8. Prominent number sets 9, 12, 18, 27, 45, 54, 72, 216. As you can see, those are every single number that you see on my work, every last one, besides 12. That's the only one. And I proved to folks at the end of the day, like I'm saying, with the time, what you looking at when you look at my work is like a bunch of clock gears. So you can see that every last one of those numbers, like they said 9, and then you had 12. Okay. So you got 9 up here, and then you have 12, which is not there. 12 is the 9.0 point, 4.45, 4.5. Even if you go to the 0 point, what I'm showing you is that 45 is always the center point, 4.5, because 4 and 5 is the terminal points at the end. No matter what, you would always, as you go down into the depths of that point, it would always end at 45. Uh, no matter how far you zoom. So you got 27, 2 and 7 across from each other, 18 across from each other, 45, 54, so everything is there, 72. Everything is there all together, and you know, it's just no way around it. It's just factual, bro. And the thing is, these are the measurements. That's what I'm saying. Like these are the. So what am I getting at? What I'm showing is, and why what I'm showing is so important, is because think about it, folks. When were these Nazca lines created? They were created basically in between the times of right around so-called Jesus was supposed to be, you know, the death of Jesus. Okay, so what I'm getting at, a couple hundred years before AD, and then a couple, I mean, a few hundred after. So I'm gonna actually type that up just to see, because what I'm getting at, and I'm gonna conclude on this, is the fact that how old are 2000. So it says 2000 years, and that's why I said that around the death of because if we take 2000 years from now back, that's exactly when that is, merely. So yeah, that's why I said that. So my point is, if these were made 2000 years ago, approximately, the thing is that's important is there was no what culture, and that's not even what it looks like. That's what it look. What culture? Like I was saying, a lot of they were saying that this is a Buddhist mandala, but it's not. This is the Chakana. This is the Chakana. And they have to correct that. So this is not a Buddhist mandala. This has nothing to do with. I ain't gonna say it has nothing to do with India because it all relates. But the culture, the people who are responsible for creating this are not from China or India. This right here that you see, what I'm getting at, the significance of this and the closing point is the fact that if these measurements are coming out to be as they are, and they're having to deal with, like I said, the tetragrammaton through what I've shown you, the number 4 and 5, the magic square of Saturn, Jupiter, and all of that together. Um, at the end of the day, man, what I'm, when was Jesus Christ, Christianity brought over here? When was Christianity introduced to America? Christianity was introduced to North America as it was colonized by Europeans beginning in the 16th and 17th century. So Christianity itself was, of course, as we know it, it was brought over here in the city. Of course, with the whole. Um, I try to refrain from bringing up slavery because some people, they just get into that. It wasn't real, or if you thought it was, it is. It is. It ain't. It ain't. It is what it is. But North America, this right here. Now the thing is, if this came over here at this time, how the hell is somebody or the Nazca, the Chicana, and everything coming back to dealing with the name of God by the mathematics and the tetragrammaton, coming back to dealing with that, the same exact thing. So therefore, the knowledge of um, now the thing is, this is Christianity. The thing is Judaism. You know, because Judaism and Christianity are merely I ain't gonna say they're the same thing, but they got their connects. You know, about the God that they worship um, in the book itself. So Hebrews, that's where a very big question comes in, and that's why I'm getting at. They claim the first Hebrews were black. This kind of supports that in a way if Hebrews were over here, and if that has any influence on those lines as far as that mandala and the knowledge behind it, at least, because the gnosis behind it clearly is giving indications, you know, to what I've been saying. Now, lastly, one thing that I wanted to show, uh, actually, before I go, is something with the magnetic river, and I'm going to. This is dealing with my work as well, because I want to get this done in one show. Like I said, it's probably gonna be my last show anyway, man. Some people only want to watch when they get something to make them go ooh ah, like like bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy. Uh, let's see. This is a video about magnetism. It's something called a magnetic river, and I wanted to show something real quick. This is about me when I say that I'm going to build the pyramids, be the architect who starts off. ripple effect of the next pyramids being built here in America. This is the basic knowledge because if you think of basically micro and macro, um, small and big, basically if you can scale something like this on a small scale, you can do it on a big, and it's just that simple. That's why I say I have no problem, and this is just the simple knowledge that I'm just playing here. That some, really somebody else is just playing. But what I know how to do myself, um, that's something I haven't been able to display just yet. But when it comes to lifting those stones and getting things done, I got the engineering mindset. I know what I'm doing. And I just wanted to show this real quick in relation to my work.
Deliberately to produce one of these traveling magnetic fields. So when I switch it on, put our copper cylinder over it, and there you see the same effect, as if something was sweeping underneath it. When we put a bit of aluminium on, it does push it along, but not very fast.
That's something called a magnetic river, is what he's calling. Now, think about what I showed you with my work. What did I call it? I called the black areas within the center, making an X, a perpendicular X. I call it rivets. So if you think about the etymology of the word river and rivet, and then the fact that I told you and showed you with magnetism through the brother Theoria hypothesis, the aspect of 45 degrees being very extremely prevalent within magnetism. Uh, you can just put those two together with what's being shown here.
Let's try a bigger piece. That's better. Bigger still. Better still. You see, the bigger you go and the better it gets. This, of course, we call a linear motor. Now, suppose we increase the current. Would you mind increasing the current, Barry? And we can now hold a sheet of aluminium, which is not only trying to be pushed along, but it's also lifting above the surface. It's much more like what you would expect if you threw a piece of wood into a flowing river. It would float and move along.
So now that you've seen that the last part that looks and ties into my work and what I've been showing is this part right here.
Each one can rise and fall. And when we turn the whole thing, we get the impression of something traveling along. But I want you to notice that nothing actually travels along because each rod only moves.
This is exactly what I've been showing y'all about frequency and vibration. Vibe rate. It's the rate that you vibe at, okay? Higher vibes, higher vibration, higher rates, okay? Um, these lines are only moving up and down. And if you think about this, what I'm showing you right here, what did I just bring up? The gears of a clock, right? What he's showing you is motion, okay? Energy, motion. So I just, the gears of a clock. And that's much like if you think about this, it would kind of work in the same exact concept. It's really showing the same exact concept in just a slightly different manner. Um, Through his winding process, and these things are moving like grooves of a clock would be. And that's exactly what my work looks like. So if you look at this and pretend in your mind, pretense this to be a exactly my work, what I've been showing you. This is 4 and 5 up here at the center, and these are the other numbers coming down. And that's basically what my work is doing. That's what I've been showing y'all. So when you think about how it could be applied in nature, well, or how it could be applied in real life, that's just only one concept. Like I say, I might have discovered the 9 hour clock. We might not be on the right time because our ancestors actually moved on the lunar clock under many circumstances. So, and that was based off of the number nine, 360 degrees. And
It moves up and down. The thing that makes it real is when we put something into one of the troughs of the wave. Then something real travels along, can make it go the other way. If you watch an individual rod, such as this one, you'll see that it's only going up and down. There is no horizontal movement
Those
at
are the
all.
numbers. Those are literally the numbers. That's why I tell y'all the numbers. Um, it's doing exactly what my numbers would do on my diagram. If you just had the eyes.
Only the
it's not
ball
hard to comprehend.
is a real thing moving side to side. It's exactly the
So when
same
you
with
look at
this
that at the end of the
magnetic.
day, um, that's exactly what you're saying. Is this right here? If you zoom in on my numbers, you see how these right here are going like that. That's exactly what you just saw with the numbers. So imagine if this could keep on moving. Like I said, I showed y'all this right here is the swivel. So this is where the energy, the center point is where the energy, the swivel would be right here. This would be moving everything. This is responsible for the motion. Think about it, the magnetic cube in the center. Now, how would it move anything? Well, if you go back to what that man had just showed you, where you know got slightly shown the aspect of that spinning rod type thing, copper rod type thing that he saw spinning. Well, that's exactly what would be going on right here. You just take that science that he just applied, apply the exact same geometry to it, and there you have it. The exact same science if you know what you're doing. Um, it's that's on point. That's literally legit. Like I mean, that's like a clock. That's like some new form of a clock or something. Like I mean, it's wild. It would be infinite perpetuating motion at the end of the day. That's all I know, and that's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's dope. That is just dope. So when you look at, I just want you to get one last good aspect of remembering this up and down type of aspect you see right here. You could imagine these numbers being, because mind you, every single square has the same thing that you see here in the center. So all of them will be movable by themselves. They will all perpetuate because all of them have a revolving center. Okay. So it would never, it would keep things moving just like the water that we witness the tiding, the tidal waves of the water in the ocean. It would keep on moving. It keeps stuff in perpetuation infinitely. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Wow. So let me pull that back up to show that one last quick glimpse because I'm amazed by how that looks myself. There you have it. Same exact thing, man. So if you could just imagine that, and then it just turn. The center thing would be in the center, literally somewhere, and this is just that's wild, man. Wow, wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. So yeah, I'm gonna take note on that. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let this one be done. I'll let y'all, you know, to the future viewers. I hope that you got something from this video and that you appreciate this time. This was an amazing one I just made, man. I like this one. Real talk. But yeah, peace out and stay safe out there.